Match of the week in round 9 of the All Flag State Premier League saw Perth play host to the only unbeaten side in the league, the Western Knights. The Knights started the brighter of the two sides with Montgomery pulling the strings, and it took a last-ditch tackle from Sean Kilkelly in the 16th minute to prevent Callum Roberts latching onto his well-weighted through ball. But in the 21st minute, Garth Leckie underhit his pass to Montgomery. Naglieri poked the ball forward to Onoforo. He cut infield, turning David Anal, and fired past Siddle via the post to give Perth a 1-0 lead. Onoforo drags the ball inside, leaving the committed covering Anal stranded. He then clips his shot out of the reach of Siddle for Perth's opener. A great opportunist goal. 5 minutes later came a controversial moment in the game. Naglieri's free kick was headed clear by Ferguson before Batchelor looped it back into the box. Onoforo shaped to shoot, but Morgan was quick to cover and block, much to Onoforo's annoyance as he hurled the midfielder to the ground. Referee David Scragg mystifying most in attendance by giving both players a yellow card for ungentlemanly conduct. Morgan rightly feeling aggrieved. In the 36th minute, Mikulic was robbed by De Felice, who fed Simpson, who rolled the ball to Naglieri. He looked up and picked out Onoforo, who simply laid the ball into the path of Dos Santos, who fired the ball into the roof of the net to make it 2-0 to Perth. Good close control and awareness by Onoforo. Dos Santos is free in space and finishes well despite pressure from Ferguson. The Knights were looking far from a side yet to lose this season. Their afternoon was made worse in the 43rd minute. Montgomery's high challenge was rightly penalised by referee Scragg. Montgomery said something to Naglieri, who bumped the Knights player. Both received yellow cards for ungentlemanly conduct, but it was Montgomery's second yellow, so he was shown a red. Again, some may say the Knights player had a right to feel aggrieved, but they definitely faced an uphill battle, 2 goals down and with just 10 men on the park. Just 2 minutes later, the Knights were 3-0 down. Perth's short corner didn't work, but the ball came back to Danskin, who picked out Dos Santos, who outjumped Leckie and headed home. Perth were definitely in party mode. Danskin's pinpoint cross picks out Dos Santos, who gets ahead of Ferguson and in behind Leckie to head past Siddle. 3-0 at half-time, and Siddle was far from happy. The second half again saw the Knights totally outplayed in the centre of the park. Naglieri was allowed time and space to pick out the run of Shah, who was helped by Hine nudging the ball into his path. As Siddle advanced, he squared to Onoforo, who side-footed home Perth's 4th. A dreadful mistake by Hind inadvertently playing the ball to Shah. As Siddle closes the angle, he squares to the unmarked Onoforo, who doesn't miss the open goal. Siddle every right to ponder on his disintegrating defence. In the 59th minute, the Knights had a chance to pull a goal back when Batchelor was deemed to have pushed Ferguson in the back from a Thomas corner. The wry smiles from the Perth players spoke volumes. Up stepped Thomas, who sent Spence the wrong way, and the Knights had a consolation and a possible lifeline. Watching the replay, was there a push on Ferguson or was it a dive? It doesn't matter because the referee decided it was a penalty and the Knights took full advantage. The Knights didn't build on their goal, and when Appelgren laid the ball back to Kilkelly, he played a ball over the top into the path of Danskin. Anal's touch set up Danskin, who squared to the again unmarked Onoforo, who side-footed home into the empty net to complete his hat-trick. It was all too easy for Perth. Anal plays the ball into Danskin, leaving the advanced Siddle stranded. and with not a defender in sight, Onoforo scores one of the easiest goals of his career. 5-1 to Perth. Perth were toying with the Western Knights and creating openings at will. In the 87th minute, Simpson picked out substitute Normowski, who nodded the ball down to Dos Santos. He rounded Siddle and calmly completed his hat-trick when he scored Perth's 6th goal of the afternoon. Simpson has time to pick out Normowski on the back post. He nods the ball down into the path of Dos Santos, who glides past Siddle and side-foots home. In the 89th minute, Ferguson saw red both figuratively and literally when he turned and pushed Dos Santos to the ground, and the Knights were reduced to 9 men. When the final whistle sounded, Perth coach Ronnie Campbell could afford to smile, his side scoring 6 against the side he'd coached so successfully for 11 years.
Ronnie Campbell, congratulations on a dominant victory over one of your main title rivals this season.
Yeah, it was a fantastic result, 6-1, and once again I thought we played well. 2 strikers scored a hat-trick, which was fantastic. We certainly taken our chances, and we were solid in defence and dominant in midfield. Just a fantastic performance.
And how did you feel personally before the game, coming up against the club that you spent so many years at?
I've actually felt very nervous this week, and obviously it was strange coaching against a team that I'd coached for 11 years, and I probably didn't show a lot of emotion on the side, and I felt pretty nervous, and yeah, obviously pleased with the win, but utmost respect for the club. I've got a lot of friends there, and I know most of the players, and yeah, I mean obviously I've decided to move on, and I'm enjoying it at Perth at the moment, coaching.
And you've got big shoes to fill, Graham Normanton's shoes. Obviously the expectations are very high at a club like Perth. Do you think that you will be able to deliver and live up to those expectations?
Yeah, I see it as a great opportunity. Graham did a fantastic job, and I want to continue that. We want to win leagues and cups and grand finals, and I feel exactly the same as Graham and the players. We want to be number 1, and pressures, yeah, every game you're expected to win, every tournament you're expected to win, but I enjoy that, and I think the players are certainly up for it.
And you've got to pull up and play again on Monday, so you've got a day less rest than all the other clubs. Are you going to make any changes from the side today?
I mean, obviously today we were missing a few players. Obviously Andreas Oliveira, Greg Shalin, Robbie Puka were injured, and Antonio Naglieri has also picked up an injury. So obviously we're going to have to use some of the the younger players, but that gives them the opportunity. Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations again, Ronnie, and thanks very much.
Pleasure. Thank you.